Welcome to our presentation on the English Language Learning Program in the Newton Public Schools. I'm Allison Levitt, and I'm the Director of the English Language Learning Programs.
I'm Lauren Harrison, Assistant Director of ELL Programs.
I'm Gareth Linwell Honig, and I do intake and professional development facilitating.
Our ELL program in Newton typically serves between 650 and 700 ELLs per year in all of our NPS schools, and that includes our DLA in the elementary this year. We monitor about 650 former English learners, otherwise known as FELs, for 4 years after they have graduated from our program. Through our office, we identify and assess all new students with a language other than English on their home language survey. We assist families to access to school and community programs and services. We provide interpretation to teachers and families, and we facilitate translation services. Now, Lauren's going to talk about the demographics of our English language learners.
Here are the most common home languages of English language learners in Newton. You can see that Spanish is the most common, with Chinese Mandarin being the second most common. But we have so many other languages, including Hebrew, Japanese, Korean, Portuguese, and Russian. Here's our enrollment of English language learners by grade level. Most of our ELLs are in the early elementary grades. Our ELL birth countries are also many, with most of our English language learners actually being born in the United States. But we have families coming also from many other countries, including Brazil, China, Guatemala, Israel, Japan, and Russia.
I'm going to start with the bottom of this slide. We have 660 ELLs total district-wide. In grades 9 through 12 at the high school, we have 94 students in the ELL program. In grades 6 through 8 at the middle school level, we have 85. In grades kindergarten through 5th at the elementary level, we have 481 ELLs. We also do have some ELLs at the preschool, at the pre-kindergarten level, and we will be identifying those students later this year. We'll now spend some time talking about the English Language Learner Program. To start with, this slide is meant to give an overview of second language learning. Notice the ice cream cone on the right. We can think of learning English as like filling up an ice cream cone. At the bottom, it takes very little ice cream to fill the cone. Similarly, it takes only a little English to be at WIDA level 1 or 2. The time for this is typically months. In the middle of the cone, it takes more ice cream to fill up the middle. Similarly, it takes more English to be at WIDA level 3 or 4. The time for this in the program is typically years. At the top, it takes the most ice cream to fill up the top of the ice cream cone, and similarly, it takes the most English to be at WIDA level 5 or possibly above. Students typically do not spend a lot of time in the ELL program at this level because they are exited or graduated. Starting as a beginner, it typically takes 5 to 7 years to learn as much academic English as native speakers. This means that ELLs may not perform to the same level as their native speaking peers for a while. I'll turn you back over to Lauren.
Did you know that a strong first language supports ELLs in 2 areas in particular? Learning a second language and also learning content in a second language. So for example, learning science, learning math in a second language is supported when an ELL's first language is strong. So we want you to know that we believe that bilingualism is a gift. It's so valuable for your child to be able to use more than one language. And we would like to encourage you to continue to speak and use those languages you feel comfortable using. Bilingualism has so many benefits. It has cognitive benefits. social emotional benefits, learning benefits, and global benefits. There are benefits for a whole world as more people are bilingual. Even if your child has a language delay or learning disability, it's important to know that your home languages are important and your child can learn more than one language. We encourage you to use your home languages every day in everything you do. You can read, play games, cook, solve problems, sing, and observe nature together using any language you feel comfortable using. It's such a gift. And Allison?
Yes. So I wanted to give an overview of our ELL programs. For all ELL students, they receive ELL services as part of the school day according to their English level. Those ESL services decrease as their English improves. A newcomer or a level 1 will receive far more ELL instruction than a level 5. Most Newton ELLs are in the program for about 5 years, though that's variable, depending on where they came in, what level they came in at, and what grade level they started in. Generally, our younger learners move much faster through the program. And work in the ELL program will work on connecting to their content in the classroom through listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So this year is a little different. We're both in person and online. And for most programs in most schools, if there's an in-person ELL teacher, that student may have in-person instruction, but most ELL instruction is on Zoom. Most likely our beginners and newcomers will be seeing their ELL teacher in person. Most higher level students will have most of their instruction be online. ELL teachers may join a classroom Zoom, or they may have their own Zoom meetings with ELLs. That will depend on the language needs for your student. And ELL teachers may also collaborate with teaching teams to support classroom instruction. So as required by Massachusetts state law, all ELL programs must choose their form of English instruction. And Newton does sheltered English instruction, which has 2 required parts. One part on the left is sheltered content instruction, which is given by SEI endorsed academic teachers. So the classroom teachers of your students, for the most part, have had this sheltered English instruction endorsement where they have been given instruction on how to modify the academic content for the class for your child, depending on their level. And the second part is that they need to have English as a second language, or what we call ELL in Newton, which is taught by an ESL licensed teacher and is direct linguistic instruction for your student in English.
There are many ways that you can help your child be successful in school. We know you do a lot to support your child already, but this is a common question that families ask. So make sure they attend school. Right now, that means joining Zoom meetings. And if they are in hybrid, that means that your child needs to be at school on their in-school days. Make sure that your student joins the Zoom classes by themselves. It's very important to give them the space to learn with their classroom teacher and their classroom peers. You can help them log on to Zoom and then let them be independent. You can show your child that mistakes are part of learning, especially as we're learning a second language or third language. It's very common to make mistakes, and mistakes are okay. Provide books in any language. If you need help finding books for your child, be sure to reach out to your classroom teacher or ELL teacher. Keep using your home languages. As we said earlier, it's so important and can support your child's learning in school in English. And then continue to attend and support this LPAC. It's so important.
Thank you for watching our presentation, and now we can take any questions.